charting session 4, I think this is the fourth charting session. Anyways, let's hop right into it. So today, no news today, by the way. No news Monday. That's what I like to call it. No news Monday. Um, I did take two trades today. I lost both. That's just the way it is. Y'all gotta learn. Y'all gotta understand. That's just the way. That's just the way it goes. You win some, you lose some. But we try to lose more than we win. Or sorry, we try to win more than we lose. Let's hop into the first trade that I took. So the problem, I'm going to just start out by saying the problem with this trade first, because you can see it right here. So obviously you see that I took a loss, right? So first you can see that we have this 1 minute fair value gap here. I'll draw this out for you. So we have this 1 minute fair value gap, right? So normally what I'm expecting based off of my strategy, and this is like pretty close to opening too. Like I got entered into this position at 6:54, so not even 30 minutes after market open. Um, oops. Um, so yeah, so let's just get right into seeing what we had today. So like I said, normally, for my position or for my strategy, I kind of like to enter off fair value gaps because they're imbalances after I already see a couple swings and things like that, just kind of seeing what price does. So the problem with the first trade is I thought that the draw was higher based on, if we look at a higher time frame, based on the higher time frame, I thought the draw was higher because we took out this sell side, right? We literally had from 11:45 to 1 p, or sorry, yeah, 11:40 to 1 p.m., 1:50, almost 2 p.m. We took out all this sell side, right? And then this opening candle for the aftermarket session or pre-market session jumped and started to rally a little bit. And, we had this resting sell side. So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, there's all this resting sell side, but no, right? We needed to take out all this internal sell side to eventually take out the external sell side of 17,181.25, which was the range that got rallied through. And then obviously, as you can see up here, we pumped right back up. So the bias was right for the day. It was definitely bullish because we also had 6 days of NQ just dumping. I mean, it literally dumped for 6 days straight, which hasn't happened in like over a year or something like that. I read an article on it. So that was today, or that was that trade. It is what it is. Like I said, bias was right for the day. So I'm still looking at it in a really positive way, just based on the fact that I knew what price wanted to do. It's just when it did it. And I should have gotten that external draw first because I saw that we had this sell side, sell side at 17,181. But I guess I just thought there was so much resting sell liquidity down here that we were just gonna we weren't gonna grab it quite yet. But I guess that wasn't the case really, obviously, which is okay. We needed the manipulation move through this sell side in order to be taken. I mean, we tapped it right here and then boom, manipulate down, and then we have all this resting liquidity down here for potential moves later in the week. But side note, I do think for the rest of the week to be watching out for some longs on NQ 100%. I think that NQ, after that 6 day dump, we're going to start to see a rally because if you look at it from the 4 hour, the daily, or the weekly time frame, we took out like 6 zones of pretty major liquidity zones. So we might take one more liquidity zone, sell side liquidity zone, and then we probably might move back up to what's it called, to the upside, back up to the 18,500 range, possibly even more, because Nvidia, remember, the Nasdaq is basically all like the tech companies and things like that. So Nvidia, which is a main holder of the market right now, it's like the highest. I think it's got the highest market cap currently in the market. So when base it off of how Nvidia is doing, when Nvidia dropped 10%, 12% in the last 6 days, Nasdaq, so did Nasdaq. It rallied with it. It kind of just, it pulled the market down for sure. But we were up today. We were green today on Nvidia. I think we surpassed $800 a share at one point. So that was really good to see. So yeah, this first trade, it just didn't play out as well. We just needed to take that sell side first, which I should have waited for, but that's my bad. That's just something to learn on, and usually I was being really, really patient with it because I saw all this accumulation, which I should have known, accumulation, manipulation, and then a fall to whatever zone it is, which is okay. It was fine. It was, I think I lost, three $280 on this trade, so nothing crazy, nothing crazy at all. And then for the next trade, so here I'll explain. So we came down, we took this sell side. I mean, we ran right through it. We took all this sell side down here. So obviously I'm looking for a market maker buy model, which I was. And this is about the time that I was in class, just, doing whatever. And so, yeah, I see on the 5-minute chart that we have this pretty big imbalance here, which I like to see. Like I always say, what does market do? It likes to rebalance to inefficiencies. Once I saw it didn't rebalance to this inefficiency down here in this zone, I knew eventually we were going to make another one, and it had to have come and rallied down to it. So I saw, like I said, 3 reasons why markets move: hunt liquidity, rebalance inefficiencies, and what's the third one? Shit. I forgot. I'll let you guys know later. Anyways, so obviously we rebalanced to this inefficiency. We tapped into it, which, like I said, I really liked. This one upset me a little bit, right? So we had this bearish 1-minute fair value gap right here, which I placed down, right? Because I'm looking for it to rally through and then bounce off the 5-minute and come back up, which it did perfectly, right? It came off this 5-minute fair value gap, it bounced up. So I'm thinking, right, I'm going to place my entry point at the top of the fair value. Or I placed it was like somewhere like right here in the 17,255 range. But I got wicked out. By 1 point. 1 point. If you can see right here, it's this candle right here that wicked me out. This singular candle, right, this bearish candle right here wicked me out by literally 1 point. Started at 17,248 and wicked me out at 17, yeah, exactly 1 point. So that was really frustrating, and this came to be like another $180 loss. So it was something like $450 loss today or something like that, which is okay, which happens. I'm not upset about it, because in my mind, if my bias is right for the day and it's just something on my part, I'm still happy about it, right? Because I'm doing something, and my market predictions, if my market predictions are correct, I'm going to be happy about it, right? Because that's what you want. You want your conviction to go your way, right? So my conviction went my way, so I took the losses. I said, okay, I could have had better entry points. I could have entered off the bounce of the 5-minute fair value gap, but I wanted to see it rally through the 1 minute. When I should have had the conviction, right, that we already took all this resting sell side down here, so why the hell would we go up, up to this zone right here? Technically this is a zone because it's a 4-hour fair value gap, but still, we're rallying higher. Which it's okay. It's okay to take losses. It really is. It's more of just kind of like I see losses as not losses. I see it just where to tweak for entries, conviction, really anything that you need to work on. That's what losses do. You just kind of tweak it, right? Because the next time, that'll be a win. You'll hit TP. You'll hit take profit at that point, at the next point. So that's how I see losses. So yeah, I think overall it was a good day. It was definitely a good day. I'm happy that my conviction was right on the price action, for sure. As you can see, like, this would have been a really good move, because we rallied higher. I mean, we took out like so many good zones today. I mean, we came all the way up to what, 17, almost 17.5. Yeah. And then I marked out all of these, right? Cause I'm always looking at higher time frames and things like that. I'm always looking at higher time frames and things like that. So if we come over here to like the 4-hour, I'll show you all the liquidity that we had swept. So these are all the buy side zones that I'm looking for coming in the next week, possibly 2 weeks. Is I'm looking for this zone that we created today, this zone, all the way back up to, like I said, about the 18,500 range, and then ultimately this main buy side liquidity level at 18,600 to 18,700. But this is all the sell side we took, right? So as you can see, we have sell side, liquidity. And this is the last zone that I'm talking about from all the way back from January, the beginning of the year. So yeah, I think it's okay. I'm happy with it. I don't see it as a bad day. I see it as a good day, because, you got to learn to take losses. That's just the way it is. If you don't learn to take losses, you'll never succeed in trading. That's just the way it is. I'm being honest with you. And I don't, I'm an honest person, so I'm going to be straight up with you. If you can't take losses, then you can't succeed. It's just the way it is. People fail. That's how life works. And then you fail, you tweak it, and you start winning. And that's how it is. That's how I see it. Um, yeah, no. So I think overall it was a really good day. Solid trades. You know, yeah. And on a little side note, I kind of wanted to talk and just kind of give some of my knowledge, I guess. Which I turn 18 next month, so I'm not the most knowledgeable person in the world, but I would say for being a 17-year-old, I have some knowledge up there. Um, I just want to give you guys as much motivation and thought process I want to get you guys thinking like deeply more like if a teacher's ever told you to read in between the lines, I'm telling you to think in between the lines. I want you to be able to comprehend things on another level more than the average person, right? Everything you look at, I want you to question it, and I want you to either have an answer for it or find an answer for it, right? um you know my goal with one, this channel, and two, my trading, is I want to be at a different position every single year, right? January to 1st, January to 1st, I'm in a different place. January to 1st, January to 1st, I'm in a different place. Because constant comfortability is what keeps you in a locked mindset, right? There's a great saying, and it's formed by George Orwell and Aldous Huxley, who wrote some very good books, which is love your servitude, right? Love your servitude. And that basically means is love your slavery, essentially. So if you don't want to be a slave, because I guarantee you right now, most of you are comfortable, you're doing what you want to do, you're living day by day, eating what you want to eat, um, and things like that. You are loving your servitude, right? Because you want things, but you can't go and get them. You don't know how to go and get them, and that's what I'm trying to help you with, right? Because at one point I was you, when I was younger. I loved my servitude. It's just the way it is. But by making this channel, I would like to help you and help you think, because that's the one thing people don't like is thinkers. If you can think on a higher level, you're dangerous to a lot of people, and I think that having a higher level of thought process helps one with trading, because you're looking at the markets in multiple different ways, right? You're seeing things that the average person isn't really going to be able to see. When they look at this chart, they're going to think, oh, a bunch of squiggly lines or something, a bunch of little towers, right? No, because already if you can see price and what it does just by looking at it, you're already one step ahead. I want you to go 10 steps ahead now, okay? I want you to be the best that you can possibly be. I truly think, I truly think this is something that can be beneficial to everybody. Um, and like I said, I want you guys to be able to just have a higher thought process. With trading and with life, I think you should definitely think things before jumping right into them. And like trading, you need to have the conviction on what you're doing with your life, with your day-to-day basis. Think about what you eat, what you do, what you listen to, who you listen to, why you listen to them. All those things that are you should take into consideration. And I want you guys to think the same way as I do, right? I want you to think that every single year you're going to be in a different position, whether it's mentally, physically, financially, location, anything. I want you guys to be in a different place, right? If you're not having a good life right now, you're down. You may not be where you want to be at with, maybe you're fat, maybe you're too skinny, right? Go to the gym, and then by next year you'll be in a completely different place, right? I want you to not be comfortable. I want you to be uncomfortable for as long as possible until you can be the 1% of the 1% and finally be comfortable with where you're at after being uncomfortable for so long. And I don't mean uncomfortable in the sense of a bad uncomfortable. I want uncomfortable as in, I'm not used to this, let me figure it out. That's the kind of the comfortability that I want. Uncomfortability that I want for you guys. And just remember who you're doing this for. You're not doing it for the people you told you were gonna do it to. You're not doing this for anybody but yourself, no matter what your position, because you want something different, and that's why you're doing this. So stick with it. Okay, that's all I can tell you is just please stick with it. Because if you don't stick with it, you're going to regret it forever. Because in 15 years, when you're working a shitty job, you're going home to some shitty apartment or some shitty house or just not where you want to be. You're gonna look back and think I should have stuck with it. Because look at all the people I know that did stick with it. Look at where they're at, right? And if you can, I hope there's people that watch this that are that have at least one other person that thinks this way too. Um, because I know if I didn't have, my friend, I think it'd be more. I think I'd be in a different position. I still think I'd be doing this, but I don't think I'd be as motivated to learn as quickly and spend 8 hours a day doing everything I possibly can to dedicate myself to bettering my mental, physical, and financial status. So, if you can find someone who you can talk to about this kind of stuff and enjoy talking to them about this kind of stuff. So yeah, I just like I said, those are the things I kind of wanted to cover. Um, and also let me know in the comments if you guys want to do vlogs or if you want me to do vlogs or anything like that. Um, or just what I do on a day-to-day basis, going to school or whatever. Um, just put it down in the comments or whatever. I really appreciate all the support so far. I mean, literally, it's not even a week. I almost have 20 subscribers. Like, I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but it's a lot to me. And I appreciate it. And I'm happy that I'm giving some people some value because you wouldn't be subscribing if I wasn't giving you value, right? Um, and trust me, from now till next April, I promise you I will be in a different position, whether it's mentally, physically, financially, or location. I can promise you it's going to be one of those things, if not multiple of those things. So I think I'm going to end it there. Good job for everyone who won a trade today, and good job for people who lost a trade today because maybe your conviction was right. And, as long as your conviction was right, take it as a win. Okay? Take your conviction being on the right side, take your bias being on the right side as a win. Because then you'll go into tomorrow having whatever conviction you have, and hopefully it's a win. But for everyone who won or lost, hope everyone had a great day, good trading days, and also let me know if you want to do live trading by any chance. I got one person that said to start a Discord, but I can also live stream on YouTube, so let me know. But anyways, everyone, have a good rest of your night. Good trading today. I'll see you on the markets tomorrow.